Right now at 9 o'clock, the transition of power is complete. Washington, D.C. and the nation ending this day with a new president.
After 5 decades in politics, Joe Biden taking the oath of the nation's highest office.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
Office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
The president is offering a message of unity and bipartisanship to help the nation tackle its many problems ahead.
And the Bidens made their final appearance for the day in the Blue Room balcony and wrapped up a day of celebration and ceremony that was missing some of the usual pomp and circumstance because of the pandemic. There was no first dance for the first couple and no black tie parties stretching late into the night.
We will have team coverage of the inauguration tonight.
But first, President Biden speaking late tonight at that celebration at the Capitol, delivering a message of unity.
This is a great nation. We're a good people. And to overcome the challenges in front of us requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy, unity. It requires us to come together in common love that defines us as Americans, opportunity, liberty, dignity, and respect, and to unite against common foes, hate, violence, disease, and hopelessness. America's story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we the people. That's the task before us. The only way we'll get through the darkness around us.
Grab your ticket and your suitcase. And tonight's celebration was held in lieu of the more traditional inaugural balls and featured performances from artists like Bruce Springsteen and the Foo Fighters. President Biden said he would get right to work, and this afternoon he signed a number of executive orders, most taking aim at President Trump's controversial policies. WGN
Shannon Halligan is here with more of day one of the Biden presidency.
Yeah, no other modern president has signed more than one executive order on the first day. President Biden signed 17 executive actions today.
President Joseph R. Biden took the oath of office.
So help you God.
So help me God.
And he dove into a laundry list of changes under the new Biden-Harris administration.
This is a time of testing. We face an attack on our democracy and on truth, a raging virus, growing inequity, the sting of systemic racism, a climate in crisis, America's role in the world.
In his first hours as president, Biden signed 17 executive actions. Many reversed Donald Trump's policies on immigration, climate change, and management of the coronavirus pandemic. The executive orders included a national mask mandate on federal property, airlines, trains traveling between states, rejoining the Paris Climate Accord, revoking a permit for the Keystone Oil Pipeline, reviewing 103 Trump actions on the environment, reversing a travel ban from several largely Muslim and African countries, reversing the Trump plan to exclude non-citizens from the census, and President Biden also signed executive orders dealing with racial justice. The new press secretary, Jen Psaki, also delivered the first press briefing under the Biden-Harris administration.
His objective and his commitment is to bring transparency and truth back to government, to share the truth even when it's hard to hear, and that's something that I hope to deliver on in this role as well.
The message of transparency was also what President Biden had for the more than 1,000 political appointees he swore in virtually this evening.
Remember, people don't work for us. We work for the people. I work for the people. They pay my salary. They pay your salary. They put their faith in you. I put my faith in you.
The Senate also voted today to confirm Avril Haines as the new Director of National Intelligence, making her the first member of President Biden's cabinet. Tomorrow, for the president's first day of office, he is expected to focus on the coronavirus pandemic.